Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to our platform. So, guys, let's just go quickly and discuss about this. There is something I want to talk about now, and let's just dive straight away inside. Many people have been asking me, Milton, you moved to the Netherlands, and we would like to know how much you spent all together, and I'm going to be talking about this right now. Please listen to the video very well so that you know how much I spent. So before excuse me. So before you engage into this program, you should know how much you need. Okay, I'm actually sitting somewhere, you see. I'm by the roadside. Look at my back and look at the other way. That's a canal. So I went to the train station to pay a ticket. I will be going somewhere on Monday, but they were closed. I was still in school. Someone told me that they closed at 7, but when I arrived at the train station at about to 6, the lady said they had closed already at 4. So I don't know. Well, she said I should come back tomorrow, so definitely I will go back to pay the ticket to where I am going to. Okay, now let's talk about how much I spent and everything you need to know. How much I spent and everything you need to know. First of all, I will start with everything, right? Because it's important for you to know. Let's start with my international passport. Now, when I got admissions, in fact, by then I had not gotten admissions yet. I was in the application stage. So, no, by then I had gotten admissions. So, my university said that I should change my passport. So when I was doing the application, my passport was left about 12 months to expire. But the law here is you have to apply the passport you can use, or the passport that they are going to use to put in your visa. It needs to be valid for at least 1 year when you start the procedure. You understand, like when you have the visa and when lectures is starting. When lectures is starting, it needs to be valid for at least 1 year, which is 12 months. So mine was supposed to be left about 9 months or so, less than 1 year. So my school told me that I need to get a new passport, which I had to go get a new passport urgently because that was during my visa application time. And I applied for my passport. It came out about 3 days or 4 days. I can't remember. How much did it cost? Let's take it down. I spent about 110,000 CFA francs. Now, in most cases, you may not be able, or you might not do this procedure. You might already have your passport and it will still be valid for 1 year. On the start date, that's the day you are starting your lectures, it still needs to be valid for at least 1 year. So you need to calculate well. So that is the first money I spent, 110,000 CFA francs. Then now let's come back. Remember I said I had already gotten admissions, which means that I have to pay my tuition now, right? And how much was my tuition fee that I paid to my university? Remember, I'm still going to come back to explain more details here. I have talked about this already, but I'm still going to explain the details so that you understand how it works. Now, for the tuition, my tuition was 11,995 euros for 1 year. So basically, you need to pay 1 year tuition complete. Okay, you are doing it in form of a blocked account. Please listen to me. Now, the next money you need to pay again to the school is your insurance. And my school was asking for 700 euros for insurance. Then the next money you need again to pay to the school is your visa application fee. And my school was asking for 228. That's the actual amount you need to pay if you want to migrate to the Netherlands as an international student. Then the other money you needed to add, or I added to my money, because remember I said it's a blocked account I did. I'm still going to explain to you. In the other videos, I explained already. Now, the other money is called living expenses or extra deposit or living cost money. This is the name that is called. Now, some schools are asking for 14,600. Others are asking for around 14,200. But my school was asking for 15,000. So now let's do the calculation. This is in euros, guys. So excluding the money for passport that I spent, let's calculate tuition, insurance, visa, extra cost, which is the living cost. Let's calculate. Tuition is 11,000 995 euros. Insurance is 700 euros. Then visa fee is 228 euros. Then the other cost, extra deposit or extra deposit for visa application, or the living cost is how much? 15,000 euros. So in total, I spent 27,000 euros 923. So this is the money I spent for me to be here. Now remember, I'm spending this money because my tuition was 11,995. Some other schools will charge more, other schools will charge less. But I think the minimum you can pay in the Netherlands right now, according to what my research, is this amount. Or maybe if it's small, it should be minimum 10,000 euros for tuition for 1 year program. So that's the money I paid to the school account, 27,923. Now the school will give you their bank details, their bank account, for you to deposit this money inside. So you should know all these things, and always remember that you have to put all the money, all complete, not half. So don't ask Milton, can I not deposit half? No, they won't accept. Everything I mentioned here, you have to put it in the account the school will give you. You go to their bank and pay. Okay, when you pay, they will confirm, and of course, your bank will give you a receipt. Then your school will confirm that they saw it. Then now they will tell you they are applying for your visa, right? But again, let me mention some extra costs I spent. So you should add to this amount before I go to the section for visa. Now, another extra deposit I paid, or some extra expenditure which I spent, was my flight. My flight was 475,000 CFA francs. I think something around that amount. Then the money I came with it to this country, you have to carry money with you, of course. Otherwise, except that you've gotten accommodation, even at that, you still need to carry money so that in case of anything, you are going to spend the money, right? So the money I came with it to this country was 500 euros. Then 500 euros, I never had accommodation, so I needed to pay a hostel to live. I lived in a hostel for about 7 days. I think, yeah, 7 days, and I don't remember how much I spent. The first day I stayed somewhere which I paid 550 euros times 3. Then the other 1 week, 5 days, I stayed somewhere which I paid 30 euros times 5. Now, that is inside the 500 that I came with. Then another amount you need to consider is that, remember, at this stage, still don't have accommodation. So I still need to pay accommodation. And when I finally saw a house, the landlord was asking for one rent and one deposit. And my rent is about 240. I'm sharing with somebody, and the deposit also has to be the same. So together we contributed and we paid about 940. I think something 920 or 940. So this is how much we paid for accommodation. So you need to now know how much I spent, right? Now, these are the monies I spent before I'm here, sitting here. This is the Netherlands. I'm sitting here. Take a look at my back. Have you seen? That's the street out around the train station in my city. Now, let's talk about some extra costs. Remember, I didn't mention to you that I went to Nigeria. Those who watched my other previous video, they should know and they should be aware that I actually traveled to Nigeria to apply for the visa. How much did I spend before I reached Nigeria? This is not Nigeria, guys. The embassy is not in Nigeria. There are only two in Africa. You need to go to either Benin or Ghana. Now, for you to go to Benin as a Cameroonian, you need to pass through Nigeria, Lagos. So my journey from Cameroon till I reached Benin, I spent about 95,000. Then for me to come back to Cameroon, I spent about approximately 80,000, 90,000. So the total money I spent was about 180,000 CFA francs. So now you know how you can calculate. Please, if you are not familiar with the currencies I mentioned, I just mentioned here CFA, which is my money. You can exclude that because that's money I use for movement up and down to get my visa. The embassy may be found in your home country, so it's now all left to you, right? So guys, this is how much I spent. Just my tuition alone was 27,923 euros. Then my flight was 475,000 CFA francs. Then the money I came with it to this country was 500, and those other petty expenditures. So in case you are thinking of anything like this, please make sure you do your calculation well before you even start the procedure. It's very important for you to calculate before you start, because if you do not know everything you are going to spend, it may be difficult for you. Trust me, it may be difficult. So I'm just sharing this because many of you asked me. I never paid application fee. Some schools will not ask for application fee. There are so many schools in the Netherlands that will not ask for application fee, but others you have to pay if you really want to gain admissions. Remember, I use IELTS. Others may not use it. I'm not sure. Then for bachelor student, it's still possible to apply without IELTS. So you need to think of what you are going to do. I hope you enjoy this. Now we are going to talk about some other details later, but for now, this is what I think you need to know. So please do not forget all the information. This is the total amount of money I spent to be here. Till we meet again in another one.